Alright, so out at Paula today, doing some coaching. We're going to work on some starts, and my student says, hey, well, I don't know if I can do any starts or any good starts because I don't have a Holeshot device. I haven't put it on yet. Some other bike. And I said, oh yeah? Well, Holeshot device to me comes from your technique. That's where your Holeshot device comes, not by some Band-Aid because you're not in the right position or you don't have the right fundamentals to make a good start happen fast and clean. So let's see what I can do with that starting device. Alrighty, here we go. So you have the start. That's a rut that goes into a bump that has a gate that's folded over into another bump that has another rut that's deep. I know cameras don't really show it, but it's deep, and then you get into some fluff and soft stuff that's not graded. So why do people use starting devices? To keep the front end down so they can be aggressive. The pros have metal under their tires so they can get ultimate traction. The amateurs and other races, they don't have that, so you have to use your body to do more of the controlling of the motorcycle, because sometimes that starting device can make you be lazy with your technique and maybe not be able to be as aggressive off the gate because you're relying on that starting device, and it's kind of like a Band-Aid. Do they help? 100%, but we should be able to do starts without them too and allow your technique to be your starting device. So again, how do I do that? As you see here, I'm blipping the throttle. Why am I blipping the throttle? To get that dirt out behind my wheels so that I'm not so close to the gate. When you take off from amateur races or a race before you, when I take off, all that dirt goes right into that wooden, pole behind it where everybody's lined up, and then that starts to push you closer to the gate. So get all that dirt out with your foot or your bike so then you're not as so close to the gate and then you don't hit it. Okay, so how do we keep this front end down? One, we keep our feet in front of the foot pegs. Why? Because the foot pegs are hooks. And when that bike takes off like this 450 does, especially in second gear, I need something to hold me in. My hips are rotated out to put weight to the rear end. My upper body's forward to keep that front end down like you see. My front end's down, but I made a mistake. I jumped out of that gate so much that I went sideways, but my feet didn't go away from me. My feet stayed close. So I said, man, this bike just has too much power. I'm going to go to third gear. So I went to third gear, feet in front of the foot pegs, but right when I take off, let that clutch out. As you see, my feet come up under the foot pegs and my hips rotate out the same times. If I bring my feet up under the foot pegs, that drives me into the bike and drives the bike into the ground. I get better traction, I have more control, I can be more aggressive. That higher gear allowed a little easier exit from the start where I wasn't fixing a mistake, because you're never going to get a good start fixing a mistake. And then that allowed me to get more traction, better bump absorption, and then I can control the bike better. So that third gear helped me a lot. So again, feet in front of the foot pegs, and do not bring them up onto the foot pegs. Bring them up under the foot pegs, your heels, and keep them there until you have control. Why in the hell are you bringing your foot up to shift if you don't have control? Okay? Keep your feet down until you have 100% control, then bring your feet up, then shift. Okay? So right here, as you're going to see, playing with the clutch, I'm in the middle of the bike, my hips are out, my upper body's forward, feet in front of foot pegs, feet up, hips out, upper body forward, and I'm gone. That's how you do a good start.